If you ain't angry about oppression, if you ain't angry about 400 years of getting killed, that don't make you fucking question. If you ain't angry about no justice, if you ain't tired of seeing your people suffering with no power to do nothing. Brother got his head cut off down in Mississippi. Another brother got choked out just for fucking pissing. You niggas need to listen. I just showed y'all the vision from past to present, and we still in the same condition. I blame the white man, but I blame you coons too. Steve Harvey, bitch ass, and this whole morning crew. What about Wycliffe with the hated just to help? Charity my ass, nigga, you left with all the damn loot. Nigga, you Haitian too. That 16 million you took was water and food. You cock outside of Quilugaoo. Now you niggas see. Tell them Chief suck G. Don't never ask me why I'm motherfucking angry. Even though they holding hands, claiming to be best friends, they still hate you in the end. Angry black man. I ain't down for no white man fighting in Afghanistan, so fuck being a veteran. Angry black man. Fuck your wives, fuck your kids, and fuck your men, and fuck trying to be American. Angry black man. I ain't talking to myself, I'm praying for revenge, so until that day you won't see a grin. Angry black man. Bumba Clyde, Ross Clyde, Batty Boy, Pussy Hole, they will go on lightning and thunder. Babylon, Fireburn, Babylon, Mineron, Fussy Hole, me and no rumper. Fuck peace. I won't smile to make you feel at ease, and I won't sound like you to make you hire me, and I won't bow down, I'd rather die free. Angry black man is immune to John 3:16. So boots, beards, braids, check. Angry black men threat. They rather see you in a dress, so you can't defend yourself. 400 years, 400 years, 400 rape, 400 kill, 400 blood, 400 spill, 400 life, 400 real, 400 watch, 400 film, 400 rob, 400 steal, 400 years of dealing with your crimes. Your end is nil, so we supposed to stay quiet while y'all bust our heads open wide. You motherfuckers out your damn minds. The Bible told me the white man is the problem. God ain't never lied. Every iota of a crop, even though they holding hands, claiming to be best friends, they still hate you in the end. Angry black man. I ain't dying for no white man fighting in Afghanistan, so fuck being a veteran. Angry black man. Fuck your wives, fuck your kids, and fuck your men, and fuck trying to be American. Angry black man. I ain't talking to myself, I'm praying for revenge, so until that day you won't see a grin. Angry black man.
Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakathum to the brothers. Yahweh Shemal Athan by Shem Yahushua to the sisters. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We're under Commanding General YAHANNA, not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite groups. Since 1969, we teach in Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians their true heritage and culture according to the Bible. So with that, this is the I.S.U.P.K. Florida Monday night scripture breakdown class. I'm precinct officer 5000 the shop, sitting in at precinct officer 5000 Kazak gets in. Okay. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and you can either place them in the chat or hit the link so you can join us live. Okay. Get your questions together, your comments, whatever is on your mind that you want to speak about. Go ahead and get it together, and we'll try to address it to the best of our knowledge and our ability. All right. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah, Officer Gabba War. It's in the building. Can you hear me? Oh, you're on mute. Okay. All right. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Shabrakatah. Officer Kanak. Shalom. Yahweh Shemal Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Zakia. Checking in from Tampa. Hey, shalom, sir. Yahweh Shem Shabrakatah.
Hey, shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabrakatah. To all the sisters, that's right. Hey, what's going on? The shock, man. You tired, man. You had a hard day, brother.
No, I'm just, you know what I mean? Trying to be,
you cold, chilling.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be too aggressive. Right, start beating on the table in a minute. God.
All right, let's go. Hey, so look, first of all, can everybody hear me? Loud and clear, right? Reporting live from Duval County. We get these books out the way. Reporting live from Duval County. We at 103rd Library. This is Priest and Officer Kazak Damar, I.S.U.P.K, Jacksonville. Shout out to, put my brother back on the joint, man. Shout out to the brothers on West Palm Beach, Boyd Beach. Man, y'all one time, let's clap it up for the regional camp we had. We had Miami, Orlando, I'm saying Jacksonville. We had Tampa in the building. We had West Palm in the building. All got it out, man. It's the first time we had a chance to get out to camp. Camp was great. Got a boot kiss. Had the young officer, Nwanyala, first camp speaking. Brother Kanak is from Orlando. He done spoke at 2-3 different cities, never spoke in his own city to this weekend. You know what I'm saying? The brothers came back. We had some good food, some drinks, man. Everything was lovely. The Lord was definitely with the I.S.U.P.K and with the brothers from Florida. You know what I'm saying? It was good to see my brother Magazar and YAHANNA from out there in Tampa. You know what I'm saying? Can't wait to do it again. Anyways, it's what we do. Monday night scripture breakdown. You have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. Like he said, we're going to do our best to answer them. If I can't answer them, then I'm going to search to the high heavens to find the answer for you, and I'm going to bring it back, all right? What y'all want to talk about tonight, man? What y'all got on your mind? Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any questions?
Let's see if there's any questions in the comments. I don't see any questions.
Nope, no questions.
Hold on, sir.
I got a couple ways I could go. Let me see. What y'all want? Sister says she may, but I ain't asked the question. Go ahead and ask the question, sis. You may.
Right. Please.
You definitely may. I got quite a few topics I could bring out in the shock. What's one we ain't dealt with in a while? I've been doing a lot of studying on this for this battle I got coming up, but I don't know if I want to deal with that. Let's see.
If I may, sir.
All right, we'll get right to it. Anybody else got any questions? Go ahead and answer. There we go. There go the questions. They popping in now. Give me Hebrews chapter 5:12. Officer Gabawar, are you there?
Shalom, Lord Christ, sir. Salakia, I'll be available in about 20 minutes, sir.
20 minutes. That's a long time, boy. Long time. All
Hey,
right. All right, no sweat. Hey, somebody get these troopers on the phone, tell them to come on in here, man. We got officers. I heard we got like 17 or something like that, officers. Let's get these brothers on here. All right, there go my main man right there. Rada Halak Kadash. Shalom, yo, Shurikatha.
Hey, shalom, Adawan, Yabba Shemal Shabrakatah.
Hey, Salaki, are you in a position to read?
Kind of one con, sir.
Oh, Most High Christ. Can I get Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12 real quick? Hebrews 5 and 12. We'll start there and get this started. Shalom, Yanakwa, Yahusab, Zakiya, Magazar, Ma'ila Bath, Tinka, Nashah Yahab, Kanak, Zakah, Ramah. Shalom, everybody that's here, man. Y'all make sure y'all share the live, share it, the class, so we can go ahead and get into it. Let me know when you got it, Halak.
Kind of one con there.
Shalom, Shara. How Shemal thought about Shemal Shah. Go ahead.
Kind of one con, sir. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 5, verse 12. For when for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have the need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the articles of God, and are become such as have need of milk, not of strong meat.
Right. So this says, for a time where you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again. And the thing is, like right now, we at a point where we supposed to be able to teach the word of God. But the only problem is the only thing we could teach people is the lies that they taught us. We really don't know who God is. They lied about who God is, who is his son, you know, how you worship God, how do you serve him. They told us lies about all kind of stuff. Now here we go trying to teach this to our kids. You know how you serve God? You say Merry Christmas because that's Jesus' birthday. That's how you serve God. You know how you serve God? You love the people that hate you, the people that spit in your face. If they slap you, you turn your other cheek. That's how you serve God. That's what they taught us. Here's the problem with that. That's not what Christ stood for. That's not what it looked like. And that's not what the Bible says, most of all. How you serve God is based on what God told the prophets to tell us and what Yahushua told us. That's how you serve God. If you're a brother, you serve God by doing three things. I break this down. It's a whole class on it. One of them is you serve the King, Yahushua, right? That's one. You follow Yahushua and mimic his steps. Another one is that you keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And then the third one is you serve in rank and order. That's it. You got to repent. You got to serve in rank order. You got to keep the commandments, and you got to serve the king. That serving the king and serving in rank and order is the same. What do I mean by that? Right? Ain't nobody born on top of the world. Right now, we'll say that commanding General YAHANNA is over Israel. Guess what commanding General YAHANNA did in the shop? Commanding General YAHANNA came in here and put on all black and took the trash out and became a trooper after 90 days, if not longer.
Right.
Yeah. Commanding General YAHANNA was Trooper YAHANNA at one point. Think about that for a minute. General Muhammad was Trooper Muhammad at one point in time. Please don't think about that. Trooper Hazayan. And they stayed the course, and they didn't fall out the truth, and they didn't let their lust and desires get with them. But here's the point: they had to be taught how to be the men they are today by men who had the truth. We ought to be teaching this stuff to our children. We ought to be teaching this stuff to our wives. We ought to be teaching this stuff to other brothers. But the problem is that we ought to be taught. We got to be taught again because they lied to us.
Right.
Time where you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again. And guess what? You don't need to learn nothing that's crazy, like nothing that how many heavens it is, how many times Christ came. It's the first principles of the oracles of God. What that mean? What that mean? Anybody know what that mean? You've been in this class before, you know what that mean. Thou shalt not. That's real simple. You ain't got to be deep. Thou shalt not. Y'all get that, right? That's easy to understand. If you can get that, then you can master serving God. Thou shalt not, because it's real simple in the Bible. It's all through there. And if you can find out what to do, then you can find out what not to do, then you can serve the Lord properly. All right, everybody understand? The first principles of the orders of God that have become them as such that have need of milk and not of strong meat. Everybody want to know everything about the Bible. Everybody want to be the smartest person in the room, but don't nobody want to humble themselves and take the milk. Take the milk, like the easy stuff that's to be explained in the Bible. That's the important part. All the stuff that you don't want to hear about, that's the important part. What you mean? How do you keep the Feast of First Fruits, which is the next one that's coming up? How do you keep that? Why should you go to the Passover even though you ain't got no damn money and rent's due and your car notes due and this light bill's due and this happening? These are the first principles of the oracles of God. And if you can fight through these small demons, these things that a lot of people can't fight through, you become better. You become better. You learn how to fight through real things. You got to first understand the importance of $20 before you can ever make $1 million. Everybody want to jump. In the shock, they want to jump. Can't jump. The first principles of the oracles of God and become such that have need of milk and not of strong meat. You got to drink milk before you can eat steak.
Right.
That's how it is. It's just how it is. So let's get to some of these questions. Let me see what it is. Look in this chat real quick. Get to some of these questions y'all got. I'm skipping my Isla Bob's question on purpose. We'll get back to it. All right. I'll get right back to it. Let me see here. Let's go to Y.A.H.N.Na. No, the sister was first. Let's go to the sister. Zakiya. Shalom, sis. She said, okay. Can I get a breakdown of 1 Samuel 18, 1 through 3? Let's go there. 1 Samuel 18. All right. Let's see. We got some other people in here too now. Shalom, Masha. Shalom, Trooper Razan. Trooper Masha. Shalom, Trooper Aman. Oh, we got all the troopers in here today. Somebody must have put out the bat signal.
Shalom, y'all about Shemata.
Hey, what's going on, Akim? Y'all good?
Shalom, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh,
Shalom, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh,
What's up?
I'm too up, sir.
Most High in Christ, Akim. Everybody got Ezekiel, 1 Samuel 18. Let me get one of y'all brothers to read 1 through 3.
Crown, sir. Book of 1 Samuel, chapter 18, verse 1. And it came to pass, when he had made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit.
You still talking? Halak, you there? All right, somebody else pick it up.
I don't know why I can't, sir.
I don't know if the
This is
brother.
the book of 1 Samuel,
I don't know if the brother
chapter 8.
phone went out.
Oh, God. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 18,
No, keep
verse
going.
1. From the beginning, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass, when he had made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul.
Right. Keep going.
Verse 2. And Saul took him that day, and would let him go no more home to his father's house.
What verse is that?
That was verse 2, sir.
Give me one more verse.
Verse 3. Then Jonathan and David made a covenant, because he loved him as his own soul.
Let's go ahead and get verse 4, because I know that's where this question came from.
Kind of on a con. Verse 4. And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him, and gave it to David.
Right.
And his garments, even his sword, and to his bow, and to his girdle.
All right. No diddy on this verse. No diddy on none of these verses. All right, let's start there. All right, this is I.S.U.P.K. Duval. Let's get it. Let's make sure we let's go through this scripture. And it came to pass, when he had made an end of his speaking unto Saul, the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David. Anybody know what that means? The soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David. What does that mean?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Like they was tied in.
What that mean? Tied in. What that mean?
Like they brothers. My man, 100 grand.
That's my man, 100 grand. We tied in. We tight. Yeah. All right. Anybody else want to answer that question? Maybe a little different.
Sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it would be like they were like, I forgot how I was gonna say it, but like they're on the same page. His thoughts, Jonathan's thoughts is David's thoughts. Like they are the same. Like they, you know what I mean? Whatever you on, I'm on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they are knitted together. Like they are one on as far as their thoughts in their mind, their heart.
Salakia, sir.
All right. So let me see.
Do you hear me? Salakia, sir, do you hear me?
Let me see how I can best explain. Yes. So I don't know if I got a little delay, right? Yeah, go ahead.
I could say those two souls merge together.
Can you hear me?
Can't do one cancer.
Okay. Amos chapter, but I want to show y'all something real quick. Amos chapter 3. What do I got a delay? Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you, sir, but I think, yeah, you kind of, you got a delay.
It's a little delay.
Salakia, sir. I believe you have a delay, sir. A lag or
All
something.
right, let me go ahead. Let me go out and come right back in and see what happens. All right. Hold on 1 second.
Come.
We can't do that the whole time. I'm trying to teach.
Just get officer a minute. He'll be right back in. We'll get right back to it. Now, Jonathan and David loving each other. It's brotherhood. Sounds like brotherhood to me. Listen, I can tell you, I experienced it today with a brother in the school. Sometimes you're going through stuff, and as a man, you need another man to tell you something. You need to hear it from another brother. You know what I'm saying? Not from a woman, not from your mama, not from your children. You need to hear it from another brother. Because you know, just like Jonathan and David, we the same. We right here. We knit. We think the same. We feel the same. So if I'm going through something, you might have, you know what I mean, a different way to say it or look at it, and I'm gonna be like, I needed that. I needed that in this moment. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
Hey, can y'all hear me now?
Come.
Got it on con, sir.
All right, cool. All right, let's try it like this real quick. Hold on. Let me get my layout back.
Come.
All right, King. Y'all good to go? All right, cool. Now let's go back to 1 Samuel 18:1. What I asked y'all was what was that mean? It says at the end of the speaking, it saw that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David, right? And y'all said it's to be connected, it's to be on one accord. It's like they all understood what was going on, right? Like they was, I don't know, in the same spirit, if you will. They was in the same spirit, if you will. In other words, like me and the shop, right? Outside of the truth, me and the shop don't like the same things. The shop might like it cold, I might like it hot. You know what I'm saying? The shop might like them skinny, I might like them thick. The shop might like them light skinned, I might like them black. In here, in the truth, we all like the same thing, if you will, if you understand what I'm saying. It's like basically, no matter what we want of our own self, what I personally want doesn't matter anymore. I would prefer what the shop wants. Oh, y'all, you want to eat pizza? We eating pizza then, even though I wanted steak. I wanted some fish. Oh, I wanted some pizza, But you know, Captain Shawar don't eat cheese. So we eating chicken. I don't want no pizza no more. My brother don't eat cheese, even though I want pizza, if you will. Our soul is knit, meaning they prefer one another over themselves. What I like don't even matter. Don't even worry about it. Let's do what you want to do. Oh, you want to drink white? I drink brown. Never mind. We'll drink white today. I had the brothers do on Saturday, like, yo, this is what's going on. They don't even rock with what I had, but they rocking with what I had just because I'm saying that this is what I want to do. Right? That's what it means. Like you on one accord. When we go out even if like representing the I.S.U.P.K, you know what I'm saying? Man, all these sisters don't want to be how you are to portray yourself as a sister in the Lord. However, they all want to serve the Lord, so we all do the same thing. You get it? Like my personal preferences don't matter no more. Me and Nashak, we are like knit as one soul. You see him, you see me, right? I remember Captain Shawar told me one time when I had got my first student in Jacksonville, right? It was a sister, and officer came in, but he was a young man at the time, and he was like, I want you to go meet them, see what they like, right? And he said, when I want you to go over there, I don't want you to be officer of 50 Kazak. He said, I want you to be Yahawashi. I want you to be General YAHANNA. I want you to be Captain Tazaria. And I'm looking at him like, me? What you mean? Do you know who I am? Because I know who I am, and I know what I did, and I am no Yahawashi, and I am no Commander General YAHANNA, and I am no Captain Tazaria. But we on one accord. Like his show, like it's like when Elisha told Elijah he wanted a double portion of his spirit. I want to be half the man you are. I want to be just like you when I grow up. This is the same thing it's talking about. They soul was knit, like they brothers, they got a bond. They took an oath. They made a covenant. This is my brother. I will not forsake my brother no matter what happened. That's what this is talking about. It's definitely talking about brotherhood, sis. And David loved him as his own soul. You see that? What matters to me don't matter to me no more. What my brother want to do, how we want to do it. There was a scripture that in the Bible. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. And it says, and Saul took him that day and would let him go no more home to his father's house. Like, bro, I can give you that example. Captain Katazar was raised in the Florida school by Captain Shawar Yala. Captain Shawar Yala took Captain Katazar to New York to the Passover. And you see, he's still in New York right now. And Captain Tazaria will not let him go back to Florida. He done had. He tried to move to Georgia, Houston. Nah, he ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. Y'all understand? Like, this is my man. I'm keeping him close to me. We rocking out together. Nobody's going nowhere. That's how it's rolling. Hold on. Somebody has something to say? Who is that breathing? Who is that breathing like that? Anyways, in verse 3, and Jonathan and David made a covenant. See, I told you. It's an oath. Like, bro, hey, you ain't gonna leave me. You know what I'm saying, when it get hard. Let's say we have to, we eating steak right now in the shop, but if we go back to eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, you're going to be right here with me, right? Right. You got my back, I got your back. I ain't letting that happen to you, don't let that happen to me. Right. He made a covenant with him because he loved him as his own soul. That's what this is talking about. This is talking about a friendship, a real friendship, not the friends you had in the world. You run out of money, you run out of weed, them niggas is gone.
Sucks.
You don't know where the hoes at. Them niggas is gone. Not them kind of friends. We're not talking about them. Like they with you. They with you when you balling. Hey boy, you at the club buying drinks. You got a whole bunch of friends, right? When you need to borrow $50, you ain't got no friends. not them kind of friends. These brothers was down for each other, right? To the point where, look, this happens right now to this day. It says 1 Samuel 18:4, and Jonathan stripped himself of a robe that was upon him and gave it to David and his garments, even to his sword and his bow and to his girdle. Now this brother Nashak, right, had a raw ass garment at the Passover, right? And me and Nashak is so close that Nashak is going to give me that garment and part ways with that garment, even though he loves it. He loves Kazakh more than he loves that garment. Y'all understand?
Con.
Who said kind of one kind? That was Nashak. Nashak understand? Oh, Most High in Christ, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Man,
nothing compared
my
to you.
first I ever had in this troop. I went to my first Passover as an officer of 50, and I was pissed because I did not have a garment. And everybody kept telling me, you don't need a garment. You don't need a garment. Yes, I do need a garment. I want a garment. It wasn't like it is now. UPK wear t-shirts and stuff now. You know what I'm saying? They wear pants with fringes. No, UPK was known for being different than other Israelite groups because we wore garments. General Haas right now, he tries to bring that spirit and keep that spirit back. I do too. But as a camp leader, all the brothers that were going to camp with me told me, Salakia, sir, is too damn hot for us to be wearing the damn garment to camp. But if it was up to me, that's how I came in, and that's what separated us, man. Brothers would be on the streets looking like warriors, like heroes, like Power Rangers, like whatever you want to say. And what I'm saying is, man, I went up to that Passover and I wanted a garment so bad, but I couldn't afford one, man. When I came in the truth, man, I was all kind of messed up and shocked. Boy, I ain't had no license. I might have had warrants. I don't know. I don't remember. But it wasn't the brother you know today. You understand? But anyway, some kind of way, I got to doing something, carrying some boxes for Captain Yagarwap. He was Officer Yagarwap back then. Captain Yagarwap. I carried some boxes, and he had a bunch of like old. He had a bunch of old garments that he ain't want. Well, it was like garments he had them made. You know what I'm saying? And he gave me that garment, and to this day, I still got the belt. The garment that I ripped, it ain't no good no more. But what I'm saying is, this brother took and gave me a garment that might not even been a big deal to him, but it meant everything to me at that point in time. I don't know if y'all if y'all remember, before we went to Passover, I made a post on Facebook saying I grew up on hand-me-downs. That being said, does anybody got a headpiece I could borrow for the Passover? Now, this is a true story. And Officer Lacombe, I think Officer Lacombe's in here, actually let me borrow his headpiece at the Passover. And here's the crazy part. I had something around my head when I went into the Passover, right? And another brother who I did not even know, I took it off my head and gave it to him. And then Lacombe gave me one that was better. So what I'm saying is this is Israelite tradition, right? That you would pass down your garment to a brother, especially if it's a brother in need. Canuck did it this year. I know a lot of brothers that did it. I'm waiting on you know what I'm saying, even brothers pass it up. I think Captain Cesario was saying some brother gave him a headpiece or something like that. It was something that he liked or whatever. So we do that in Israelite culture. It has nothing to do with them being LGBTQ or nothing like that, because they didn't get down like that. Think about it like this. If David loved women so much that when he saw one, he sent her husband to the front line of the army so he could get her. You think that he had any interest in anything other but women? Now, keep in mind, he already had wives that the Lord had given him. That's in the Bible. It says in the Bible that God gave him wives with an S.
Right.
And he still wanted more. And the Most High said, if you did want more, I would have gave you more, but you can't go take nobody else's wife. Now, here's what I'm saying. I've heard people who are anti-Bible because they're LGBTQ try to put that on David and Jonathan when this whole text is about brotherhood. This man loved his brother. He loved his brother. They made a covenant with each other like, bro, I'm down for you, you down for me. My enemies, your enemies. You ain't never had a friend like me. My bad. Can I do that in class in the shop? Will I get checked for that?
Not too often.
It won't be the first time. That's my example, though. That's my example. He down. Ain't nothing happening. Ain't nobody coming between us. We down like 4 flat tires. We down like peanut butter and jelly. We down like whatever the case may be. That's what this scripture is talking about. Absolutely, sis. This is talking about brotherhood. All right. Let's get to the next question. Let's see here. What was the next one? It was from YAHANNA. YAHANNA says, can I get a breakdown of Ezekiel 4, 1 through 7? Let's get there. One of the troopers want to read that?
Come on, sir.
Go ahead with it.
Salakia, sir. You said Ezekiel?
Ezekiel chapter 4, yeah.
Come.
It's a lot of verses. Hey, y'all, what's up? Tell me what your question is, just in case, for the sake of time. But we'll go through it until you pop that question up. Go ahead,
Come, sir. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 4, verse 1. Thou also, son of man, take thee a tile and lay it before thee, and portray upon it the city, even Jerusalem, and lay siege against it, and build a fort against it, and cast a mount against it. Set the camp also against it, and set battering rams against it round about. Moreover, take thou unto thee an iron pan, and set it for a wall of iron between thee and the city, and set thy face against it, and it shall be besieged, and thou shalt lay siege against it. This shall be a sign to the house of Israel.
All right, let's start right there. Let's stop right there. All right, so this is what he's telling Ezekiel to do. He's telling him to make like a, if I could, I don't know, a clay city or something like that, right? And then make a fort. He wants him to make an example of what what Israel is like, right? Even Jerusalem. He says, make thee a tile. So it's like something that's hard. We want to look up that word real quick so I can get the right word. A tile. That word tile. It's a brick, right? Pavement, a tile. He tells them, make something like that. You want to build something, sculpt it, if you will, right? And you want to portray or make it look like Jerusalem. Verse 2, and lay siege against it. So you want things to be coming against it, like this is being Jerusalem, for lack of a better way to explain it, compassed with armies. Jerusalem is going down. It's some people around it that's trying to infiltrate it. He said, and build a fort against it. right? The fort is the walls that hold down and keep people out of it. The things that you have that if somebody was to come into your city or into your house, you have a fort around. It's like walls. And where there is no hedge, the possession is spoiled. So it's like a hedge of protection around the city. And cast a mount against it. So it's got a fort against it, it's got a siege against it, and it's got a mount against it. It is showing you how Jerusalem will be overtaken, right? Overtaken. I want to say it's Babylon, but I got to look at what captivity came after this. Set a camp against it and set battering rams against it round about. Moreover, thou take upon thee an iron pan and set it for a wall of iron between thee and the city, and set thy face against it, and it should be besieged, and thou shalt lay siege against it. This shall be a sign to the house of Israel. So the whole point is for this thing that the Lord is telling him to do to be an example to Israel about what's going to happen to Israel. Everybody understand?
Come on.
All right, verse 4. Go ahead and read.
Come on. Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 4. Lie thou also upon thy left side, and lay
Hey, you went out. Can y'all hear him?
No.
Hey, pick it up if you could where he left off at it, whoever can.
Khan. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 4, verse 4. Lie thou also upon thy thy left side, and lay the iniquity of the house of Israel upon it, according to the number of the days that thou shalt lie upon it. Thou shalt bear their iniquity.
What verse that was?
That was verse 4, Adawan.
Keep going.
Verse 5. For I have laid upon thee 3 years of their iniquity, according to the number of the days, 390 days. So shalt thou bear the iniquity of the house of Israel.
So now this is talking to the prophet, right? It's telling him to make an example of sieges coming against it. And then when you get done showing this to the people of Israel or how this thing is going to be besieged, like you got to let them know I'm pissed off at them. It says, now when you get done with that, I want you to lay on your side, right? And lay the iniquity of the house of Israel upon it, according to the number of days that thou shalt lie upon it, thou shalt bear their iniquity. Now, what this is like a preamble or a how can I put it? This is an example of what will happen, right, to the prophets, what will happen to the Messiah, what will happen moving forward, going along. This is like, all right, this is what I want you to do. I want you to lay here and I want you to go through some trauma so that you'll understand the trauma that I'm about to take Israel to. So you'll be able to prophesy to them and tell them what trauma is coming upon Israel. Lay here for a while until you feel the pain that Israel is going to have to bear for the things that they did against the Most High. Everybody understand?
Come.
All right, so he said, lay on your left. I think he said, lay on your left side for a certain amount of days, and then lay on your right side is coming up. So lay on your left side for a certain amount of days. He said the days, and you shall bear the iniquity of the house of Israel. Now, is Ezekiel doing anything at this point in time? Anybody, that's for anybody. Is Ezekiel doing anything at this point in time?
Slack, sir.
It's for somebody else. Is Ezekiel doing anything at this point in time? Damn. Y'all woke? I didn't come here to preach no damn sermon, man. I need some interaction. I need students. I need people who are ready to learn, people who are diligent. Raise your hand. I'm gonna call you out. Triple my shot. I see you back there sleeping in class. Wake on up.
La, sir, I'm not sleeping. Salakia, sir.
Spit your gum out.
Yes, I was trying to. Yes, Salakia, sir. I was reading and trying to understand.
Trooper, hold on one second. Trooper Kaya, take them headphones off. Nawanya Allah, quit spitting paintballs. Quit spitting spitballs at the teacher, man. Y'all come on in here, man. Gotta do y'all like we're elementary, man. Let me ask the question again. Here we are. We at Ezekiel chapter 4, right? And we at verse 4 and 5. It said, this is what the Lord tells Ezekiel to do. Lie thou upon thy side, and lay the iniquity of the house of Israel upon it. According to the number of days that thou shalt lie upon it, thou shalt bear their iniquity. For I have laid upon thee the years of their iniquity according to the number of days, 390 days, so thou shalt bear the iniquity of the house of Israel. My question is, what is Ezekiel doing right then? What is he doing? Is he doing anything? Yeah, go ahead.
He's laying on his left side?
Yeah, is he doing anything while he's on his left side? What is he? Yeah, go ahead.
It's saying he's bearing the iniquities of Israel.
Is he doing anything to anybody?
Salakia.
Hold on, you gotta wait till you call though when you say Salakia. What you say, Officer Yeshaya?
I was trying to figure out if while he's laying and bearing the iniquity of Israel, like, are you asking, is he physically doing something?
Yes. Is he physically doing anything to anybody?
No, sir.
No. La'ah is what Masha said too. No, he's not. He's laying on his side. How is he bearing the iniquity of Israel? Because this is a allegory. This is something that it's like the Lord tell you to do something, and he's going to have you feel the pain, but he's not doing anything. The next question I was going to ask was, anybody doing anything to him? Is he going through something? He just laying on his side, right?
Come.
All right.
Sir.
Imagine the Lord tells you to lay right here, and I'm going to show you what Israel is going to go through, and you're going to feel it. He's bearing the iniquity of the house of Israel, right? But he's not doing anything. Nobody's harming him. Y'all understand or no? Anybody confused? Y'all got
sir.
All right, verse 6. Let's get it.
Khan. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 4, verse 6. And when thou hast accomplished them, lie again on thy right side, and thou shalt bear the iniquities of the house of Judah 40 days. I have appointed thee each day for a year.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. Therefore thou shalt set thy face towards the siege of Jerusalem, and thine arm shall be uncovered, and thou shalt prophesy against it.
One more. Go one more.
Verse 8. And behold, I will lay bands upon thee, and thou shalt not turn thee from one side to another, till thou hast ended the days of thy siege.
So now, this is the Lord speaking to the prophet Ezekiel, and he's telling him, go ahead and make up a little small city that resembles Jerusalem. Then I want you to build a wall. Then I want you to show it being sieged, being ran through by an army of different people coming through and taking it over. Then he said, when you get done with that, right, showing that to Israel so that they'll understand what's about to happen to the land in Jerusalem, then I want you to lay on your side for all these days. Just lay there on your side, and I want you to bear the iniquities of the house of Israel. Then I want you to turn on the other side, and I want you to sit there for these many days, and you're going to bear the iniquities of the house of Judah, right? And all these days, I don't want you to move. He's not moving. Nobody's doing nothing to him, but he is feeling what's going on with the house of Israel and the house of Judah while he's on his side for these days. Therefore, thou shalt set thy face towards the siege of Jerusalem. Now you need to look at what's about to happen, and thine arm shall be uncovered, right? And thou shalt prophesy against it. So now that you know what's about to go on, what's about to happen to Jerusalem, now you got to tell the people what's going to happen. You already laid here. The Lord showed you a vision. He gave you an example of what's going to happen. Now you got to go out and tell the people. And guess what? I'm going to lay bands upon you. What that mean? I'm going to lay bands upon you.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Almost like putting shackles on your arms, like maybe restraining you.
To jail. Yes, you going to jail. They won't let you out. I will put bands upon thee, and thou shalt not turn from side to side till thou hast ended the days of the siege. Basically, Israel is going into bondage, and he wanted the Ezekiel to understand what that was going to look like and feel like, so that he can properly prophesy and explain what it is to the people. So when you go through the book of Ezekiel, he's telling you what it's going to look like and what it's going to feel like. And it's all based on this example that the Lord had given him about what was about to happen to Jerusalem. And it really did happen. All right. So that's what's going on in that scripture. I don't know if it's something else that I might have missed. Hold on.
Salaki, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
And it was the time of the Babylonian captivity, sir.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to figure out if it was before or after. So he said it's he's being given a parable, is what it sounds like. Is there any significance to the amount of days? If there is any significance to the amount of days, I'm not familiar with it, but I believe it has something to do with how long the captivities would last, or how long the Lord said they will be up under these other nations. Years would be days for Ezekiel, is what it's talking about. So there's some significance to it. I'm just not familiar with it. You would have to get that from General Muhammad, or you can call a captain or something like that. Or if you really want me to go ahead and do some work, just ask me and I'll have to go get the answer for you. All right. There might be some, I believe there's some significance though to it. Let's see. Hopefully I answered your question. If not, you could just go ahead and put it in the chat. Let's see. It's like when he said, you seen me, you seen the Father. That's what he was talking about for the other one. Let's see if they got any questions. You see any other questions? What are other acts of service a wife could do to contribute to her husband? Anybody want to answer that? Anybody?
Colonel Khan, sir.
Nobody?
Can you hear me?
Who is that?
Colonel Khan.
All right. I got a programmed answer, but go ahead, Nishad. I'll let you get it in.
No, it's just so it's there is no, any other acts. It's just whatever your husband tells you to do.
Ooh, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. That sounds like my answer. Whatever the hell he tell you to do, that is a great service.
Right.
Yeah. Fix me a sandwich. Hey, y'all don't know about that. Fix me a sandwich. Anyways, yeah. So the answer to that question is cook, clean, and shut up. Cook, clean, and shut up. Cook, clean, and shut up. All right, that's the answer. Nah, on the real though, if you read Proverbs 31, it'll tell you about the sister waking up in the middle of the night, making sure her children got food. She going and finding a field and purchasing it, and doing things that make his life better and hers and the children's. Those things that a virtuous woman does in Proverbs chapter 31 would be those things. But for the main part, you know what I'm saying? If you're looking at it from Adam and Eve's standpoint, it talks about her being a helpmeet. And a lot of times people say helpmate, right? Her being a helpmeet, meaning a help that's suitable for him. Right. So one brother might require his wife to stay home and cook because he might have the money. He like, I got the bread sewed up. I don't need you to do that, right? Another brother, I don't know if you tried it. Oh, okay. Hold on. Another brother may not be able to make as much money. So her job may be to go out and make some money to help the household. These are different things, right? And a different situation may require different help. You might be bringing all this bread home. He like, I don't need you working all these hours. I need you here to help me do such and such and such, right? Or it might be the other way around. You might be cooking and doing all this, and he like, hey, I'm gonna need you to get a work and help me out with some of these bills. It really just depends on what situation you're in, right? And what that brother requires and what will help him. You should consult with your husband about the best acts of service you can do to contribute to help him. Because you might be like, I'm finna go out and make all this money. And he might not be like, I just need you to cook and clean and shut up and cook and clean. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be the other way around. You might be doing everything within the home and the brother might need some help on that end. Or the brother might have all of that sold up and all he needs you to do is help out with whatever things that he needs for the truth. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? Sew some fringes on these pants for me. Or, you know what I'm saying, help make sure that I'm up to par and I'm looking good and I'm doing this or whatever the case may be. So each situation is different. Your situation is your situation. Whatever your man needs, if you see it and you can do it, go ahead and do it. But the best thing would be to ask him what he needs because everybody needs something different. All right. Let's see. Thought I saw another question. Oh, Darsha. All right. So it says, are there any scriptures in the New Testament with couples practicing polygamy? Polygamy with an M, right? First thing off, polygamy is the act of either a man having more than one woman or a woman having more than one man. Who took that down? I want that up. A man having more than one woman or a woman having more than one man. Polygamy is not a concept that's congruent with Israel. That's not something that we did where women had more than one man in Israel. In the scriptures, if a woman had more than one man, she was usually put to death or she was outcasted or considered to be a harlot. She was not allowed to be around people if she was having sex with more than one man. Now, polygyny, as they would call it, would be the concept of a man having more than one wife. During the time of Israel, you see it all through the Bible. When you get to the New Testament, however, we are under Rome. Anybody understands what was going on in Rome? If not, let me explain.
Come on.
Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Hold on 1 second. All right, so I just used the Wikipedia real quick. Let's see if I can do this. Present. Let me see if y'all can see this. Can y'all see this?
La.
Hold on. It's there. Can y'all see it now?
Come.
Kanamaka, sir.
All right. Is it too big or too? I mean, is it too small? Can y'all see that? Hold on.
That's good right there. That's good, sir.
I'll do it like this. Y'all can see that?
Come.
Kanamaka, sir.
All right.
I don't know, God.
All right. So, marriage in Rome. This is what's going on during the time. Remember, you had Israel going into Babylonian captivity. They come out of Babylon, right? And then the Cyrus allows them to go back and to build up Jerusalem again, right? Under Zerubbabel. And then now we got our city back. And guess what happened? The king that allowed them gets overthrown by the Persians and the Medes. And then the Greeks come out of nowhere, as you find in the Maccabees, they take over. Then the Romans overthrow the Greeks. So Israel never really gets back to establishing who they are, right? Once they get back in the land, they're trying to do what they call Second Temple Judaism. They're going over and they're trying to reestablish themselves as a nation. And then you got all these other nations that come in and over them. By the time of Christ, the Romans were actually over Jerusalem, and they had the Pharisees there to rule the Jews and to pretend like they could do what they want, or like they were sovereign. But the reality is the Jews was ruling over Israel at that time. All right. That being said, you'll understand why I'm saying, why we're reading what was going on in Rome. Can anybody read that for me? Can y'all see that to read it?
I think it needs to be expanded a little bit.
All right, let's see. Or
not expanded, but collapsed. Can't see the.
Oh, it's too big?
Come on.
What about now? I can see it. I don't know. Let me see.
Can't, so I can see. Select it, sir.
Go ahead.
Is it the one that says marriage in ancient Rome was strictly monogamous? I'll just pull it up on the
Yeah,
phone.
read that. All right, go ahead.
Khan.
Hey, but look, if you watching the YouTube, you can't see it, is what y'all saying?
Salaki, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. It's like if I look at it, the little like the thumbs up and the hearts and those things and the countdown of the stream is covering it. So it is
I
kind of
understand.
small.
I understand. All right, go ahead and read it for me then.
Khan. This is polygamy in Rome. Marriages in ancient Rome was strictly monogamous institution. Under Roman law, a Roman citizen, whether male or female, could have only one spouse at a time.
Read that again, that part right there.
Khan. Whether male or female could have only one spouse at a time.
Y'all get that, right? That was the rule. That was the rule under Rome. Rome was monogamous. So if Rome is ruling over Israel, you gotta understand that it would have been a, watch this word, what they call it, alternative lifestyle in Rome. It was an alternative to what was normal. What was normal was that you could have one spouse at a time. Now, how many spouses could you have? Anybody? Yeah.
You mean one spouse in Rome or one spouse in Israel?
No, in Israel, because Rome was ruling Israel. How many spouses could you have?
Salaki, sir.
You read it. I want to see if anybody heard what you read.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead, Michelle.
One wife at the time.
One wife at a time. What the hell does that mean? Anybody?
Salakia, sir.
Hold on, let me see if the sister, if you know, go ahead and put it in the chat. One spouse at a time. What does that mean? All right, go ahead, Michelle.
I would say you have one wife. If that doesn't work for you, you can leave her and get another one.
That's it. That's it right there. You got to leave her to get another one. You can only have one at a time. It's not that you can only have one. You have to leave the one you with if you want to get another one. That is the practice that was picked up. That is the bedrock of monogamy. It's not that you can only have one, Nishab. It's that you can only have one at a time. So if you want to have another one, guess what you got to do with the first one?
Salakia.
You got to get rid of her. This is exactly what Christ was addressing when they asked him about divorce. You leaving her to get rid of her to go get another one, and she ain't did nothing wrong. Remember, divorce only in Israel was only for one reason and one reason only. So you don't kill each other. It's so you don't kill each other. You were going to stick it with each other. And the only way up out of that marriage was either one of y'all die or she commit a whoredom and you find uncleanness in her. That's what that means. Well, guess what? The text being written like that, you found uncleanness in her. she wasn't desirable to you no more. Was so vague that these brothers, when they wanted otherwise, would just throw the woman away, write her a bill of divorce, and go get another one. That's what was going on. As far as if they could marry more than one, in 1 Timothy chapter 4, somebody get me 1 Timothy chapter 4. Let's get it. Pull out my handy dandy Bible. This is my Bible. I am what it says I am. Oh, y'all don't know that? Somebody know that. Somebody know that. They just act like they don't know. That's Yeshaya. I know Yeshaya know. His parents used to rub the Bible on him.
The slug is
Yeah.
they used to rub that thing like Vicks on my body.
I know. I know. 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 3. Go ahead and read verse 1. Somebody else who ain't read yet. Troop Armand, you there?
Khan of one Khan, sir.
Let's go.
Khan of one Khan. This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Keep going.
Verse 2. Speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
One more.
Verse 3. Forbidding to marry. And commanding to abstain from meats, which God had created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth.
All right, so this is what he's talking about. There's going to come a time where people are going to expressly speak against those things and hypocrisies, things that don't have nothing to do with the Bible. Remember, Paul was saying things, the traditions of men, right? And the rudiments of the world. He was speaking on these things. And now this is what he's talking about in Timothy, that there's going to come a time where they're going to be forbidding to marry. Now, Christians will read this all the time, right? And commanding to abstain from meats is the part that they go to. Like, basically, he is saying you can eat pork. That's what they go to. But they skip this part where it says forbidding to marry. When has anybody ever been forbid to marry? When you couldn't marry. Now, you know, in slavery, they let you marry because they wanted you to have more babies, because your babies could be sold at an auction. So it wasn't then. When were they forbidding to marry? Under Rome? Yeah, go ahead.
No, so I was gonna say in Rome, I don't want.
In Rome, if you had a wife, you could not marry another one. Right? That's what it's talking about. You got to remember the Acts and Paul. Remember, Paul was a Roman, right? During these times, they're under the Roman authority. Remember Caiaphas and all of them. They said, if we allow them to continue to follow Yahushua, we'll lose our seat with the Romans. This is all happening under Roman authority. They were the ones who took him out the game. They was the ones who was unaliving people by way of the cross. This is all during that time. So when you read the New Testament, we are under Rome, and the rule in Rome is that you can only have one wife at a time. This is why when the Israelites, when the Pharisees came and asked Christ about divorce, he said that when you put that woman away and she ain't done nothing wrong, she have not committed adultery, you're causing her to go and marry some other man. Because you put her away unjustly, you're causing her to commit adultery, and that adultery is on you. That's what that scripture meant. They think it meant, they said, if you look at a woman, you committed adultery. That's what they teach in the Christian church. Y'all ever heard that before? If you look at a woman, you committed adultery. Good night. What?
Right.
What? It's context to what Christ was saying. Right. If you look at a woman and she has a husband in a way that you've already had sex with her in your mind, then you have committed adultery with her in your mind, is what it says.
Right.
It don't say you have committed adultery. It says you've already done it in your mind. In the same way, when he's talking about if you put your woman away to marry another one, if you put your woman away to marry another one, that's the reason, and that's in the Bible. Somebody give me that scripture. Let's make sure we get that. Then you have committed adultery. It means you cannot be like the Romans and put your woman away just so you can marry another one. That's what he was addressing. What's the solution to putting your woman away and marrying another one? Israelite culture. Doing what David did, doing what Jacob did, doing what Solomon did. Hell, even Esau had more than one wife. You know it was our culture. Abraham, all the prominent men in the Bible, pretty much, except Paul and Yahawashi, because then it was custom to have one wife, and they didn't even have one. Married to the game. Married to the truth. Everybody understand? Go ahead.
Come on. So, like, you want the one in Luke? Luke 16?
What did it say? Let me see. Let me hear it.
The one it started Luke 16 and 18. It says, "Whoever put away his wife and marry another." That one.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Come on.
Yeah.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 18. Whosoever putteth away his wife and marrieth another committeth adultery. And whosoever
this is in red. Go ahead.
And whosoever marrieth her that is put away from her husband committed adultery.
Now, y'all tell me this. How is a woman that's put away from her husband committing adultery? He put her away. Now, that's only if this means divorce. Does this not make sense? But if putting away does not mean divorce, then it makes perfect sense, correct?
Come on.
Y'all understand what I'm saying? This putting away is not divorce. This putting away is putting away, like, hell out of here. Flee.
Shalom.
It's a divorce, but it ain't a divorce.
Shalom.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it like just kicking her out of the house for no reason?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Sometimes under the law, you could sign a bill of divorce and be divorced on paper, but she never did anything to make her unclean. And the law says you would have to find uncleanliness in her to put her away. Y'all follow me or no?
Yes, sir.
Come on.
You just getting rid of her because you don't want her no more. But the law says if you get another wife, then your first wife's raiment and food and duty of marriage shall not diminish. Under Rome, if you get another wife, you shall put away the other wife you had. Otherwise, it is not lawful. There's a difference. So as you start looking through Rome, there are men who would have two wives, but nothing like what you would see in the Old Testament. Most of the men had one wife, no wives in the New Testament because of the monogamy in Rome. The things we break down in the New Testament to show that monogamy was still, that polygyny, as she called it, or a man having more than one wife was still Israelite culture, was when Christ breaks down the kingdom of heaven, right? Let's go to that real quick and I'll show you. Make sure I don't lose y'all real quick. Somebody give me Matthew chapter 25. Salaki. Matthew chapter 25. I'm trying to stay away from it, Darsha, but this is one of my favorite topics to teach, being that I was a Christian for majority of my life. And even in the truth, battled whether or not it was right or wrong based on Christian thoughts, right? So this is written in red. Somebody give me verse 1. Let's do it.
Khan. You got it, Kayo?
Khan, sir.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kyle.
Matthew 25, verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
All right, let's stop right here. It says the kingdom of heaven is like this. This is an example of the kingdom of heaven. 10 virgins. What does it mean when they say 10 virgins? That means none of them ever had sex, right? That's what that means? Is that what that means? Go ahead.
That means they're all ready to marry.
That's what that means. Now, more than likely, they never had sex because they're not married. But that ain't what that means. What you hear when you see that word virgin now, it has something to do with sex. What virgin meant in those times was a woman or a maiden of marriageable age, meaning she is ready to marry, she is of age, she is groomed, she has already went through those things that make her a woman. Now, 10 of these women are there, and they took their lamps, meaning they going out at night, right? What are they leaving and going out at night for? To go and meet the bridegroom. What is a bridegroom? Anybody? Bridegroom. Go ahead.
It's the man that will be marrying the woman.
The man that will be marrying the woman. Let me look it up in the Greek. Let me see. Let me see if you're right. Bridegroom. think that word is nymphios. Nymphios. I ain't familiar with it. I don't speak Greek. However, when I look it up, it just says bridegroom. Nigga, how you gonna make a definition with the same word? The white man, listen. Your oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
The definition of the word is a word. Man, get your man, please. It's a person that's going to be marrying a woman. So the bridegroom is coming, right? And then you have the person that's going, I mean, the women or the virgins or the women of marriageable age going to meet the man who's coming to marry somebody. Right. Verse 2, go ahead.
Matthew 25, verse 2. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
This is important right here. 5 of them were wise, and 5 of them were foolish. Right?
All
right. Just for the sake of time, let me tell you what was going on. Right? They took their lamps. The foolish ones took their lamps out, but they ain't had no oil in them. And what it took for your lamp to stay lit was you to have oil in it. Now they're at night. The wise ones took oil in their lamps, right? The bridegroom, as a normal Judite would, was taking forever to get there.
Right.
I'm right down the street.
Right.
I'll be there in 15 minutes. They ain't left the house.
Right.
I hit up a lot the other day, right? I said, I'll be there in 15 minutes. He said, all right, so 45. I said, right, got it.
Right.
In normal Judite fashion, the bridegroom tarried.
Mm-hmm.
They all slumber and slept. They done fell asleep waiting to go on a date with this dude, bro. He got 10 women waiting on him, and he's still taking all day. That's crazy.
A lot of work.
All right. In the middle of the night, there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom coming, go ye out to meet him, right? All of the virgins got up and they trimmed their lamps. I'm just going through it so he don't have to read it and I go back through it. Go ahead to verse 8. Whoever was reading. Who is that? Kaya? Trooper Kaya. Go ahead to verse 8.
Sir. Sir. Verse Matthew 25, verse 8. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out.
Hey, so now they like, hey, look, y'all. Hey, we ran out of oil. Let me get some of your oil. Because he ain't gonna be able to see all this makeup I done put on. He ain't gonna be able to see this BBL if it's in the dark. Let me get some of your left so I can shine some light on myself. Let them see what I look like, see what I'm working with. You know what I'm saying? That's the foolish ones, right? And the foolish said unto the wise, get us your lamps, for ours that went out, and it's dark out here. Verse 9, go ahead.
Verse 9. But the wise answered, saying, not so. Let there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves.
Hey, you better go to Walmart. I don't know what to tell you, sis. I don't know what to tell you. You should have been did this. You knew what was going on. You should have been did this. Why you gonna come take mine and I ain't gonna have nothing for me if I give it to you? You better go buy some. Right? Go ahead. Go ahead to verse 10.
Khan, verse 10. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, Salakia, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut.
Now, which of the 5 virgins went in with him to marry him? The foolish ones or the wise ones?
Salakia, sir, the wise ones.
So you telling me this is written in red? Yahawashi is giving a parable about foolish women and wise women. And the wise women are the 5 that chose the same groom and went with him.
Wow.
Is that in the Bible?
Khan, sir.
Is this Jesus talking? Is this Yahawashi? I think so, right? Why did they say? Now, you know, in the world, if 5 women married the same dude, they would call them foolish. In the Bible, the 5 women that didn't marry the same dude, they call foolish. Because they ain't had no damn husband. And with that, this is why Christ is Solomon and reincarnation is in the Bible. Nah. So, anyways, I'm just pointing out that in the Bible there are examples like that, but it was not prominent for a man to have more than one wife, even as an Israelite under Rome, because it was shunned. It was like having more than one wife in America. Remember, America is an extension of Rome. Right now, you can go and say you're LGBTQ and they will accept you. You can go and say you got a divorce. You put your woman away and got another one and they will accept you. But if you say you're keeping them all, you will be frowned upon in this society because it is an extension of Rome. Finding a man who had more than one wife in Rome during the time of Christ is like finding a man who has more than one wife in America during the time of Nishak. All right? It's different. When they write books about it, they ain't going to be writing them about us. They're going to be writing about the status quo in America and what was really going on. But however, you will find examples of it in the Bible. They're just not probably. You have to go digging for like people like us who want to find whether or not it was wrong or right to do. All you got to do is look through the mouth of Christ. He would tell you what was right. But if you look through the other ones, they were forbidding them to marry. They were saying that you should get a divorce. They were saying that you had to put away your other one in order to have a new wife. So that's the answer. You said Salaki. Somebody said Salaki? Yeah, go ahead.
Salaki, if I may, could I read Corinthians chapter 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 1? I just want to ask a question about it.
Yeah, go right ahead.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 1. It is reported commonly that that there is fornication among you, and such fornication as is not so much as named among the Gentiles, that one should have his father's wife. Salaki, sir, if I may.
Yeah, go ahead. Where you at again?
Did that, 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 1.
I was just breaking this down, I think, on No, was it me? No. Who was breaking this down? 1 Corinthians 5:1. I think I just broke this down. Anyway, what's your question?
Salagi, sir. It is about the polygamy, because it says that this brother slept with his father's wife, but it was not his mother. So does that mean he had two wives?
You could look at it like that. I mean, I would read into it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like his father had more than one wife. But I mean, in that case, though, his mother could have been put away. Could have been his, you know what I'm saying? His mama could have been the baby mama. She got put away. Now his father has another wife. So it still could be Roman culture. You get what I'm saying? His mother could have been passed away. It still could be Roman culture. No matter what you did to get rid of the first one, it was okay for you to have it. But yeah, absolutely, it can be seen that if these are Israelites, right? These are Israelites, and his father has another wife, which is not his mother, because he had slept with her. It could be, but the Bible's not clear on that. Like if you tried to use that with a Christian, they would make up a million reasons, like I just did, of why it wasn't what you're saying it is. So you don't want to, if you're in a battle, I wouldn't use that. I mean, the sister that asked the question, she probably would go with it because she understands that everything ain't written in the Bible, and some things you have to put two and two together to figure out. So putting two to two together, I would come up with that his dad probably had another wife that wasn't his mama. Some people, if they're so simple, would say he slept with his own mama in order for it not to be a man who had multiple wives. That would be more logical than him that. You understand what I'm saying? So, I wouldn't use that, but yeah, absolutely. Looking at it, I would say that. But here's the crazy part, and I got to get out of here, the shop, so I'm finna pass it to you. It says, and such fornication, like sleeping with your daddy's wife, other wife, is not even reported amongst the Gentiles. Man, these are people in the Corinthian version of the church or the truth. These are people learning from Yahawashi and Paul, and they still doing this. I'm saying that to say this. Even people in the truth be doing things they ain't got no business doing. It is our job to correct that, like Paul is correcting it here. If you keep reading, Paul say, if I see something like that, when I come, y'all gonna have to deal with me. It's gonna be a problem. So don't think that every time, just because you're in the truth, ain't nobody ever gonna do nothing wrong. What you have to look at is is it being punished? Is it being shunned? Is it being frowned upon? Or is it being swept up under the rug? Everybody understand?
No.
All right.
Salakia, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I was one time I was watching a show on YouTube, a documentary. Just like you said earlier, the Roman Empire, why they practiced monogamy is because they were strongly into LGBT.
Yeah, absolutely. You're talking about the Romans, right?
Kanamakasir.
Yeah, they thought that I think they said it's something like the main type of relationship of that spiritual is a man with a man, and they only were with women so that they could procreate and have children. They're a different animal. They're not the same way. They only was with women.
That's exactly what they were saying.
Yeah, I know about that. I very seldom bring out a lot of that stuff. Hey, but look, if y'all have any other questions, y'all know y'all can hit me 24/7. Hit your camp leader, hit your priest. Let's get in these classes. If you want to come into the Duval School, it's 904-455-5183. If you want to link up, the shop gonna give you all the information for the school down at West Palm Beach. If you're in Orlando, Tampa, Tallahassee, Fort Myers, anywhere, we're trying to build up this nation in Florida, and the Lord got some work for you to do under the authority of Commanding General YAHANNA. I'm gonna pass the class to Precinct Officer the shop. The shop, you there?
Colonel McCall, sir. It's locked. Men of Israel, we're going to set up. Colonel McCall. Module, which means to stand. We're going to set up a courtesy salute for the teacher in the class. Men of Israel, a module Shabbat. A module. Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. Sisters can stand. Men of Israel, we're going to set up a courtesy salute to the sisters in the class. Men of Israel, a module Shabbat. A module. Barak.
Yeah.
Yahweh. Class dismissed.